What makes an MLB ballpark better? The sport is taken very seriously in America. Building cathedrals for the sport that many fans consider to be almost a religion has cost teams hundreds of millions of dollars. Since 1990, 23 of the 30 Major League Baseball teams have constructed new facilities. Each brand new ballpark aims to surpass its rivals in terms of services, fare, atmosphere, and price. Some teams did well, while others struggled. The fact that bigger and slicker is not always better is something that ballpark architects have yet to learn. Here's our top 10 MLB ballparks in America. 10. Miller Park, Milwaukee. The roof can be opened or closed in as little as 10 minutes, making it the only venue on the list with a retractable roof. It was a huge improvement over the outdated County Stadium when it was opened in 2001. When the roof can be closed, fans never have to worry about a rainout. Brewers supporters are true to their team's name and enjoy their beer. And beer is the perfect complement to baseball. The Brewers are on the list primarily due to their supporters. The people of Milwaukee tailgate heavily while some fans of other teams grill food in the parking lot before the game. When it comes to grilling brats, dogs, and any other type of encased meat, Brew Crew supporters can compete with any college football stadium. It is the only baseball stadium where the concessions outside are superior to those inside. 9. Busch Stadium, St. Louis. Fans of the Cardinals will schedule trips to other cities around the Redbird schedule. The ingredients for a great baseball day include passionate fans, a vintage park, and a great view of the Gateway Arch. Busch Stadium is sometimes referred to as the new Busch Stadium because it replaced Busch Stadium and features a Cardinals museum that fans can visit to honor the city's long-standing passion for baseball. When watching a Cardinals game, don't expect to discuss the weather. They take baseball seriously, and they can spend the entire 9 innings filling you in on every last nuance of Cardinals lore and bullpen pitcher stats. A visit to Busch is like enrolling in a weekend baseball seminar. 8. Kauffman Stadium, Kansas City. Kansas City defied convention and constructed a facility for each sport, while the majority of teams built ugly concrete structures known as multi-purpose stadiums to house both football and baseball teams. One of the best ballparks for fans to spend a summer evening is the baseball-only Kauffman Stadium, which opened in 1973. The upper deck has a large, sweeping covering that reflects the era's design trends. It also has one of baseball's most distinctive scoreboards, which is easily recognizable thanks to the big gold crown that it's covered in. Since Kansas City is known as the City of Fountains, Kauffman Stadium is the only MLB stadium to bear a person's name. It also boasts the largest privately funded fountain in the world over the right field wall. Driving to the venue is convenient, tickets are reasonably priced, and the selection of hot dogs is among the best in baseball. 7. Fenway Park, Boston. Fenway is our second choice for traveling back in time to watch a game because it is the oldest baseball stadium, surpassing Wrigley Field by 2 years. A fully manual scoreboard and the Green Monster, one of baseball's most distinctive stadium features, make up for the stadium's design flaws, which also include some obstructed views. Fenway had to fit into the space available, like earlier ballparks. This resulted in a very small left field wall, which quickly established itself as the right-handed hitter's best friend and the enemy of every pitcher. The Red Sox increased the height of the green wall to a whopping 37 feet to make it more difficult to hit a ball over the left field fence. 6. Oracle Park, San Francisco. Another retro park has taken the place of Candlestick Park, a lifeless behemoth. When Oracle Park opened in 2000, San Francisco, which has a long baseball tradition, provided a magnificent replacement for Candlestick. Despite being one of the most expensive ballparks to visit, games frequently sell out as proof of the venue's awesomeness. It is not only a top 10 ballpark, but it also serves as the ideal culmination to a day spent discovering the incredibly diverse city by the bay. Speaking of the bay, home runs that fly over the right field wall frequently land in an inlet known as McCovey Cove, named for Giants legend Willie McCovey, and get wet. The food is another factor that ranks Oracle Park in the top few. The best stadium for foodies is without a doubt this one. It is well known for its garlic fries, but it also serves up some serious grilled fare and a wide variety of craft beers. 5. Wrigley Field, Chicago. You must have done something right if your ballpark is over a century old. For baseball fans who want to experience a game as closely as possible to what it was like during the game's heyday, Wrigley Field is the recommended ballpark. Unfortunately, some of the amenities installed at Wrigley Field in an effort to keep it modern, like the enormous video board in left field, have made it harder to escape to the nostalgia of watching baseball in the past. With all of its cutting-edge technology, Wrigley resembles your grandmother sporting an Apple Watch. Wrigley is one of the purest baseball experiences despite its distractions, including some obstructed view from structural supports. One of the few ballparks where the fans contribute to the overall event is this one. The most devoted baseball fans are Cubs fans, and if you are rooting for the Cubs, the fan sitting next to you will become your new best friend for the next 3 hours. 4. Coors Field, Denver. Despite being a 1995 construction, Coors Field is currently the third oldest and one of the top ballparks in the National League. The benefit was that Denver was given an MLB expansion franchise, so a new ballpark was built automatically. In addition, it boasts having the highest ballpark in Major League Baseball, which is indicated by a row of purple seats in the upper deck that are spaced 1 mile apart. The neighborhood of bars and restaurants that grew up around Coors Fields after it was finished is where it is located. Baseball emanates from its primarily red brick construction, and it's difficult to resist attending a game in Denver when it's so easy to get there by bus or train. 3. Dodger Stadium, Los Angeles. The Dodgers have done a fantastic job of maintaining their home, the third oldest ballpark in baseball, while keeping it clean, modern, and useful. Even though it was constructed in 1962, the stadium still has a somewhat new-like feel to it and has some of the best baseball weather of any team. In contrast to many of the more dated ballparks, Dodger Stadium provides fans with plenty of space on the concourse and in the seats. It is also one of baseball's most instantly recognizable ballparks because of its Dodger blue decor. The architecture will draw you to Chavez Ravine for a Dodger game if the weather and history don't. The stadium, with its angled roof over the outfield pavilion and atomic-looking scoreboard, is a study in mid-century modern design. For those looking to get the full Los Angeles experience, attending a game at Dodger Stadium and devouring a Dodger dog are essential. 2. Oriole Park at Camden Yards, Baltimore. Fans of baseball owe Baltimore. When the Orioles opened their new stadium in 1992, they were the ones to spark the retro park craze of the 1990s. Retro elements, such as integrating the ballpark into the existing cityscape, were included in the renovation that replaced the venerable and opulent Memorial Stadium. Older ballparks' asymmetrical outfield walls were necessary to fit the structure into the available space, which occasionally resulted in oddly shaped outfields. The first new baseball stadium to do this on purpose was Camden. A few of the remaining warehouses were incorporated into the ballpark when this gem was built in the former rail yard area. Fans praised the Orioles' new home after spending decades playing in mostly characterless cement donuts, and before the decade was over, 5 other teams had followed the Orioles' lead and built new stadiums. 1. PNC Park, Pittsburgh. When the Pirates constructed PNC, they did it correctly. It took the place of Three Rivers Stadium, one of the late 1960s to early 1970s cement ashtray multipurpose ballparks. It was built in the shortest amount of time in MLB history, just 24 months, and opened in 2001. Additionally, it was the first MLB venue to have a full information out-of-town scoreboard, allowing fans to follow games that were taking place at other MLB venues. This ballpark is the best because it skillfully combines vintage charm with contemporary convenience. It is easily accessible from the city via the distinctively yellow Roberto Clemente Bridge that spans the Allegheny River and offers breathtaking views of Pittsburgh's downtown skyline. To make it easier for fans to get to the ballpark, the city closes the bridge to vehicular traffic before the game.